Blessings, y'all. Blessings to the game. Good morning. Wake up. Get up. Brush y'all teeth. Wash y'all face, man. Blessings to the game. What's up? Back in this motherfucker, man. Back in, y'all. What's up with it, man? Good morning. Get up. Get up out that bed, man. Get your day started. Thank the Lord. Thank the Most High for this wonderful day. You know what I'm saying? You ain't wake up in hell. You ain't wake up dead. You ain't wake up going through nothing that you weren't going through yesterday. Man, blessings to the game, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Wake up and give the Lord his praise. Quit playing with him. Let's go. I'm out here vibing. Y'all hear that? Little church bells going off, man. It's time, man. Blessings to the game. Y'all get up in here, man. Take y'all shoes off at the door. Dust your feet off. Come in here, get some of this game this morning, man. Get some of this encouragement, man. A topic I want to talk about today is just being a father. You know what I'm saying? The importance of us being fathers. It ain't got nothing to do with black fathers. It ain't got nothing to do with just individual, preferences and races. This is in general. Being a father. Us who have fathers understood the importance of having a father in that home, man. A lot of people don't understand. Like, I had the type of father, he didn't play. He would whoop your motherfucking ass for everything. You ain't get a break. I was getting whoopings for shit my brother did. So, the importance of having a father, man. You need that male figure in your life. You need that person that come in and and show you a different type of love. You know what I'm saying? Just because your pops whoop your ass don't mean he don't love you, man. That's the type of love that only a father can give a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Or even his daughter. Because I handle my daughter like my dad and like my mother handled me. You get what I'm saying? They didn't play with me. They also, didn't put me in a situation to where I could say that my parents made me do some dumb ass shit. No. If anything, they gonna be the reason why I do something right. This topic today is just really about fathers, man. Y'all get on in here. Good morning, y'all. Get your coffee, man. I done rolled me a joint, got my coffee. I'm ready to go. But the importance of being a father, man. Let me tell y'all a story, man. The other day I got done working, man. I had posted my daughter on my story because we was in the hospital. She had to get a little breathing treatment. They test her for RV or RSV. They test her for the COVID. They test her for pneumonia. They tested her for everything. Long story short, it was just her asthma acting up. And I think it's just the weather, man. Like I say, we got this bipolar weather and it had me aching. It had me sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, a little bit mucus-fied, if that's a word, but I'm better though. I ain't in that bed, I ain't in the house, I don't feel achy and lazy. It ain't the COVID. So praise the Lord, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day though, I took my daughter there after leaving work. I had been at work probably since 10, 11 o'clock. Got off around 5, 6 in the morning, man. Took her, set up in there with her. You know what I'm saying? Her mama ain't have to come, because like I say, as a father, these are obligations of ours to our children. Now, I'm not saying that, I wasn't mad that her mama didn't come, but at the same time, her mama worked. So, as a form of appreciation, as a form of respect, and like I say, just having my own obligation as a father to take care of my kid, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I did. So, I took my baby up in there, man, said and I was tired as hell. But I did what I had to do as a father, as a dad, man. If you out here making babies, I don't give a damn if that woman ain't shit. I don't give a damn what that woman then put you through. It ain't about that woman no more. After you figure out it ain't about that woman no more and it's about them kids, then you understand that you can't be mad at the kids, man. What, you gonna regret the fact that you had babies by this woman and then treat the kids like shit because of your decision-making ability and her decision-making ability? No. As a father, you got to keep doing what you got to do, man. You got to keep pushing. You know, nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said that being a father, you know, and when you get out here and start dating these women, nobody said that stuff was going to be easy. People actually, you know, they hint to it, and you see it every day. You see how hard it is to be a father every day. What up, sis? Yes, good morning. Blessings to the family, man. Love y'all, man. I know you down there in GR doing your thing. You feel me? I'm proud of you too, man. Make sure y'all telling y'all people y'all proud of them, man. Motherfuckers don't gotta reach a level of success in the game that we millionaires and billionaires. Hey, I done seen people come from being lazy to actually, you know, like sis doing right now. Not saying sis the lazy one, but I done actually seen some women out here go from just being lazy and just wanting to party and drink every day to actually pursuing their goals. You know what I'm saying? Sis always pursue her goals. I remember her doing hair when we was kids. Before I was like, when I was fucking up here trying to steal cut hair, you know what I'm saying? You already know. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, man. What y'all up to, man? Talk to me, man. I'm just trying to give him the game about being a father, man. And my brother Kevin, in these comments right now, I'm telling you, when it comes to being strong and being a father, my brother has went through some things, you know. It has stood strong, man. I see him, he have a smile on his face. Every time I see him, he walking around, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, still smiling, you know, and him and his woman, him and his ex is doing their thing as far as together to take care of their kids, man. You know, like I said, I'm not going to go into the specifics. If you know, you know. But that man is a real good father. That man, you know, is a family man. And I respect man like him in a different way, man, because like I say, life is hard. And I feel that's what God gave women and God gave children a father for, man. That father is important. Without kids having that person who they can be protected by, without kids having this man figure that will lay down his life for their education, just for, you know, for them to eat, for them to have a decent pair of shoes on their feet and in a place to sleep, that shelter, you know, just to be able to, you know, have a father to put you in that church house, to put you around other people that can teach you right from wrong, that can put you around your uncles and put you around your aunties and bring you around more family that you need to know. That father side of the family is just as important as the mother side of the family. So what we have to understand is that I'm talking to us men, us fellas, you know, as men, sometimes we allow our baby mamas and, you know, women to irritate us. But at the end of the day, it ain't about them. It's about them children who will grow up and have their own representation of daddy. What did daddy do? Did daddy come in and provide food? Did daddy spend time with us? Did daddy neglect us? What did daddy do? Because, you know, a lot of the times, you know, mama sit back and talk about daddy. But it ain't about that. Like I say, when they get old enough, they gonna have their own, you know, representation of who daddy was. And as long as you represent who a father should be, then you ain't gonna have no problems being a father to your kids later on in life, man. Being a father is very important. You can't leave them kids to be raised by just a woman, you know? That's why we have so much crime, I feel, right now today in my city. You have a lot of emotional little kids running around here with no guidance, and that leads to them going around other emotional beings. And next thing you know, it's a whole cocktail for disaster. Because it was no father figures. I remember this, man. Back in the day growing up, when my mom and dad went through what they went through, you know, my Uncle Junior would come and get me and my brother, and he would go get his sons, you know, at one point in time. And then, you know, he would spend time with us. He would take us to the park. We would go hoop. We'd go, back to his house. He got the PlayStation. We playing Madden all night. He let us play Madden all night. He buys food. We eat nachos, pizza. But he spent time with us. And I never, forget that about my uncle, and it don't matter who has something to say about him. You can't say that in front of me because I know a different side of that man. I know the father side. I know the responsible side. I know the man at the end of the day, that man did what he had to do and what he was supposed to do. It ain't always about what somebody wants you to do. It's about, as a man, what are you obligated to do? What do you feel is right to do? Are you doing right by your family? Are you doing right by them kids? Are you doing right by your nuclear family? And for those that don't know what that means, it's your immediate family, the people that's in your household. The most important people that should be in your life is right there in your household. What are you doing about them people? Are you taking care of them people? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Because everybody don't look at being a father like I look at being a father. I look at it as one of the greatest things I have done in life. That's my greatest accomplishment. I thought going to the NBA or doing something like that would be great, but no, becoming a father was the greatest thing I could have ever did. It changed my life. It gave me a sense of direction. It gave me a responsibility that I will have to lose my mind in order not to take care of my kids. I'm not the type of baby daddy who you can, get rid of easy. I will fight for my kids. I will die for my kids, man. Because I have to teach them the things that I know. I have to teach them some things that the man in my life taught me. Like my father, like my uncle, like my granddad. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad's friends. Even, Pastor Hunt, the man of the church of St. Paul Baptist Church back in the day, man. They taught me a lot of stuff. Chuck, I'm going to tell y'all this. Yeah, shout out to Chuck, man. Chuck was the freshest nigga in the church. I see Chuck, and Pastor Hunt too, but I see Chuck and be like, man, he just got something about him that, you know what I'm saying, that I liked about the way he dressed. No homo, but I'm just saying this man was clean. These men smelled good. These men represented our community in a way that, man, I'm disappointed that we don't have pastors like that around here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this pastor was a part of the community. This pastor knew your mama, knew your daddy. This pastor knew your family. This pastor knew all the kids. This pastor would look out for all the kids. This pastor was the type of pastor to put kids in better situations, man. Changed a lot of people's lives, man. This is what, on top of being an awesome father, man. You can see this man and his family every day. I know I used to. Some people only had the, privilege to see them every Sunday. But my mom's worked in the church. So I had the privilege of being around man like this every day, seeing how they dress, seeing how they smell, seeing how they carry themselves, seeing how they conduct business, seeing how professional they were. These men weren't men who even cussed, man. I learned so much from these type of people, as a father, though. Like I say now, what I take away from all of the things I learned, I have to be able to teach my kids some of these things, man. A lot of these things are beneficial to their progression in life. I'm just, like I say, I'm just one of them type of fathers, man, that I want to beat the odds. It don't matter if me and my baby mama never, talk again. Me and my kids is going to always have a connection, always have a relationship. Now, I ain't talking about no friendly stuff. I'm talking about dad. I know my daddy. I know my father, man. So that's why I tell y'all, man, there's nothing more important than that. It's nothing more important than them kids knowing they daddy. It don't matter how that woman is. I'm the type of person, though, I'm not going to tell you what to put up with, but if you pick that woman, man, and you had kids by that woman, you gonna have to find a way to be in them kids' life, man. They should not suffer because of what you can't put up with, but you created. That's like being a scientist and you create, let's say, the COVID. You create this virus, but now you don't like the outcome of the virus. But you know what? You can't get rid of it. And the thing is, that virus was created by you. So when it comes to your children were created by you, and they had nothing, they had no say so in nothing. You created these kids, now you abandon these kids because you and they mama can't go through situations without it turning volatile. So, you know, as a father, see, and this is another thing, as a father, man, you got to know when to turn that, hey, I'm putting my authority down. And my authority ain't just me coming in and taking over your household or the, you know, or anything. It's more about, look, this is what I'm going to do for my kids. And this is how things are going to be. And we ain't got to be arguing and going through none of that. I go find me somewhere to go. Here y'all go. Y'all got the house. Y'all got the car. Y'all got everything. All I need is my peace of mind, personally. But as a man, I'm going to lay down the authority and let you know this is how things is going to be. And I don't care if you don't like them. Go to court. Let's go to court. But I'm not about to argue with you until it turns into a domestic. Where now I'm in court fighting for my freedom, or in court can't get out because I lost my cool or I allowed my emotions to take over. And that's another thing, man. Stay out of your emotions. Don't allow your emotions to push you to where you putting your hands on these women, your baby mama, or no woman at that. I have literally had my ex bust me in my shit twice, and I never put my hands on her at that time. I'm not going to say I didn't eventually, because it's only so much a person could take, but I should have knew to leave before I ever got to that emotional point. And that's why I'm telling you, don't allow your emotions to put you in prison. Don't allow your emotions to put you in a place that you think back about it and it's like, nigga, it's a whole nother nigga with your girl right now because you done put your hands on her. Y'all can't be together no more. And it's like, what can you do? You done put yourself in a worse situation and she's still out here doing the same thing, being irritating as fuck. Allow yourself time to think. Allow yourself time to get some peace. You know what I'm saying? I got my kids with me every day. I'm the type of, I just have to be that type of, you know, father. Because I was raised in the household with my father, man. And once him and my mama got a divorce, I still was in the household with my father. I chose I want to go stay with my dad. And you know, most kids look at that and be like, nigga, your dad be whooping y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they knew that, but what I'm saying is, as a boy, I knew that my mama couldn't help me in the way that my father could. It's a feeling that my dad gave me, even though my dad whooped my ass, even though, you know, my dad taught me things and was rough and was stern. You know, he didn't play that shit. I don't ever remember joking with my dad. Some people can joke and smoke and do all this shit with their dad. I still can't do that shit with my dad, and I'm 37 years old to this day. But I still have a respect for him. I still love him to death, man. And it's because he didn't have to be there for me and my brother and my sister. He didn't have to be there for nobody. But at one particular time in his life, he did choose to be there for his kids, man. And that stuck with me for the rest of my life. I want to be that type of dad to my, to my kids. That stuck with me, man, you know. And now, like I say, my kids love me, man. They'll never stop loving me. My kids will never forget me, man. All because of how the men in my life were involved in the family. You get what I'm saying? Nobody gave up. Nobody got so frustrated where, you know what, I just ain't dealing with nobody. No, I can go see my dad whenever, man. I can go talk to my dad. I can get advice. You know, he's still here. He put the work in, man. And that's what I'm telling y'all as brothers, as my men, as, you know, as my friends, man. Go see about your kids. Be in your kids' life, man. That's important. You created them kids. Go be in their life. Take care of these kids, man. Don't let your kids be one of these kids out here that's on their way to prison for the rest of their life. And it ain't because he shot somebody. It ain't because he robbed somebody. It ain't because he out here doing something he ain't got no business and ripping and running these streets. It's because he ain't had no goddamn father in his house, man. It's because he ain't had no father figure that came in and said, you know what? You need some guidance and instruction, man. Yep, you need to make mistakes too. But as a man, I can show you how to bounce back from those mistakes. As a man, I can show you how to deal with your emotions, where a woman could not teach a little boy those things, man. That's why you have so many feminine little boys, because they mama taught them how to deal with emotional distress, because they mama taught them how to deal with problems that a man was supposed to teach them how to deal with. You can't cry about everything, man. Stop whining so much. Get up. Do what you have to do. Stop complaining. These are things your father is supposed to tell you. Your son, your daughter, this is the things that you hear from your father. Your mama come in there and hug you and coddle you and, you know, put the baby gloves on and, you know, make you feel all warm. And that's mama's role. Mama's supposed to do that. Now, if I'm wrong, you know, let me know. Let me know that I'm wrong for what I'm on, man. Because I feel, well, I ain't gonna say I feel.